and welcome to today's session on waxing. My name is Emma Barron. I am the Deputy General Manager for Professional Beauty in Dubai, and it's my pleasure to mention that we have Izan Fagan here, who is going to be doing a live waxing demonstration, which we're all really looking forward to seeing. This session is sponsored by Depileve, and for those of you who have any waxing questions whatsoever, please pop them into the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen, and I'd be happy to ask these questions to Izan at the end of the session. We are streaming live on Facebook, so for those of you who are watching there, welcome and thank you for joining. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to pop them into the comment box. So, Izan, thank you for being with us today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
Yeah, I'm really good. Really excited for this session. I'm going to pop myself off camera and I will leave you to it, and I will see you at the end of the session for questions.
Perfect. Good morning, everyone. So today we're going to do a live session on different waxing techniques. I'm sure you all have done waxing and you know about waxing, but we have different options. So we're going to do a strip wax with roll-on. We're going to do a strip wax on with a can, and then we're going to have a traditional wax and a foam wax. With the waxing also we have different pre and post cosmetics that you use according to the waxing procedure that you would have. And so you're going to be sanitizing, cleansing, and especially in the times we have at the moment, obviously we all have to wear our mask, we have our temperature taken, we are sanitized during our entry into the salon, and so all the precautions has been taken for the sanitization and for the client's safety. I have a lovely model here today and we will do different patches on the lids to show you the different techniques. First of all, I'm going to sanitize my hands. I'm using a Dermabalance hand sanitizer with menthol and my gloves. Hope you can all hear me well. So for different options, if we are going to do a strip wax with out of the can, we need to make sure that the skin is also hydrated. So we don't normally want any oil on the skin, otherwise the wax won't sit. So we're going to use a gel base, a pre-base, gel base to moisturize the skin. When you moisturize the skin before waxing with the gel base, it hydrates the hair, it hydrates the skin, and it prevents breakage or any ripping off the skin. So you won't have any skin pull because it's dry. Can I open here? So I'm going to use my pre-base. It's a gel base. It's a lovely orange color. It's got hazel extract and menthol. And this will be done for strip waxes. You need to have a gel base for strip waxes. Make sure it's dry and absorbed. Otherwise, your wax will not hold either. If it takes too long to dry, you can just dab it with the tissue and you will be fine. So the first option I'm using now is I'm going to do a strip wax out of our can. when you use your spatula, you're coming in at a 45-degree angle and you spread your wax. And remember, no double dipping. So I've just done a small little strip so you can see. We're going to fold over the end of our strip so we've got some grip and place it, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3 and pull. You see you've got lovely little hairs coming out there. Amazing. Again, 1, 2, 3 and pull. And you can soothe the skin after. The next option I'm doing is I'm going to use roller wax. What you are going to do is you take your roller, I'll do it here, and we are going to test that it's rolling and the wax is coming up nicely. You do not want to start the rolling on the client because it will pull her skin. Again, hold the skin and roll. Again, we will take our strip, fold the end over so you have something to hold on to. So you've got a nice grip. And we're going to work as a V up the leg. Again, 1, 2, 3, and pull. 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 And if we have little bits and pieces left behind, no problem, you can lift them off. And if you can see, all the lovely wax has pulled out the hair from the root. What I'm going to do now is you can either do 2 options. You can either have your cleansing oil. So we will remove the last little bit of wax if we have any left by hand. We have our waxing oil and you can give your client a lovely massage. So remember, option 1 was the roller with the strip. Sorry, the can with the strip. Option 2 was the roller with the strip. What I'm going to do on this side is I will do one side traditional wax and the other side foam wax. Your traditional wax is the wax that we all know as hot wax. It has no strip and it is like a toffee consistency. With foam wax, it looks like hot wax, but it's a very thin application. It's the application almost as thin as your strip wax, and it also has no strip to it. With the foam wax, we are going to use a pre-waxing oil. Your pre-waxing oil, again, is going to moisturize the skin, so the wax does actually not stick to the skin and pulls the hair. So the hair is hydrated and it will cause no breakage. If you remember, a lot of you would do is you would use talc because you don't want the wax to stick to the skin. That's why you use the talc. Now, instead of talc, we use the pre-base oil to moisturize the skin and not to get stickiness on the skin. That's the reasoning for your pre-base oil. So no more talc. The talc actually has no benefits. It's purely just for that the wax does not stick to the skin. That's the only reason we do that. If you have a little bit too much oil, it's just to moisturize. We are going to give it a wipe. There we go. Skin is lovely moisturized and the wax is not going to stick to the skin. It will help pull the hair instead of the skin. Always test your wax on the inside of your wrist to make sure it's not too hot for your client. And do not use this that you've tried on your client. Use a new spatula. Never double dip. We are going to apply up and around. Make sure it's nice and thick around the edges. Remember, this is our traditional wax, the normal hot wax that you're all used to. And don't swish around. All you have to do is, if you've got any threads, roll it, and you will have no threads. Test it, feel if it's all good. We're going to take it, lift it, and look how lovely it comes out. It's called no skin, no pain, I suppose. Try it.
Yes.
It's no pain because it's not ripping the skin. And we will throw that away. I'm going to do a foam wax here for you. Foam wax is our thin application. Have a look at the application that I'm doing. Deposit, deposit, and spread. And make sure your edges are thicker so you do not break on the edges. And you're going to lift and lift. You won't be able to see the hair here because it's a black wax, it's charcoal wax. It's actually a new formulation. It's called bio wax, so it's natural. And look at the texture. Your foam wax, the texture is very thin. It's almost like you applied like a strip wax, but it is done like a hot wax. I'm going to apply another little patch for you. So you can see again. Deposit, deposit, and spread. Make sure your edges are thicker. See? And I'm going to lift and pull. Again, it's not painful for the client at all.
No.
It doesn't stick to the skin because of our pre-base. So there will be no sticking, it's no reaction or anything on the skin. What you can do then for your aftercare, if the client has a reaction to the wax, we can do, especially in the intimate areas, we have our pH cream. It's a post cream. And it's a lovely cream texture. It's got, if you want to have a look there, it's got rice extract. And this calms and soothes the skin. If you have an intimate area that's very sensitive, you can actually apply it like a mask and leave it to absorb, and you'll see the redness will go away straight away. There will be no bumps, no erythema, the redness at all on the skin. We have another option is our soothing cream. Also helps with sensitivity. It's got chamomile and aloe vera. Again, lovely texture. It's almost like it has a like a camouflage in it. Very soothing. This can also be done on the underarms. Very soothing and calming because of the aloe vera in it. We have other options as well for post-inhalation. We have our Folisand. Our Folisand has got salicylic acid in it. This will help with, as it says on the bottle, it helps with razor burns. So for the men can also use it. It also helps for ingrown hairs, and it calms straight away. So if you've got a client that suffers from ingrown hairs, straight away put your Folisand on some cotton, saturate it with cotton. Don't touch your bottle to your cotton. And I'm just going to apply it on the leg so you can see it's nothing. You can't see anything. And it helps for razor burns, ingrown hairs, if your client suffers from ingrown hairs. They can also use this at home. As they can use it at home until the hair starts growing again. So apply it daily after they shower, and it will help with the ingrown hairs and with any bumps or any folliculitis that they might have. And it would, the minute they see the hair coming through, then you stop it, because then you don't need it anymore. And remember to always tell your client to exfoliate before they come for their waxing treatment, and 24 hours after they've had their wax, they can do their exfoliation. Also helps with the removal of the dead skin cells, so there won't be any ingrown hairs, and they can have a smooth skin and prepared for their waxing. Remind them as well, please do not use any oil or an oily lotion before they come for their waxing, because it's just going to make life more difficult for you to clean it up, get it off, so you can start preparing for your wax. Remember, we have so many waxing options that always talk to your client. Consult with your client on different waxing options. Look at their hair, look at their skin. See, will they use roll-on? Will they use strip can? Would they use traditional, or would they use a foam wax? And go according to your client's skin type, what they need for their pre and post cosmetics as well. Waxing is not just hair removal. It's you taking care of the hair, the skin, and the client all in one. So it's a journey that you take with your client. I hope you all enjoyed this. Emma, I think I'm ready. If there's any questions, then we can go on to the questions. And I hope it was informative. And if there's anything else you would like to know, we also can, in another session, do 2 different waxes that we have. We have a brightening wax, and we have an anti-aging wax. Very different concepts. One is brightening, lightening the skin, and the other one is anti-aging, tightening, DNA. So that will be discussed in another session if we have the privilege to do so. And so talk to your clients, see what they need, and you will know what to give them. Thank you very much. Emma, over to you. If there's any questions?
Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. If the client has very short hair, so they've recently shaved, or their hair growth just doesn't grow as fast as normal, what techniques would you suggest that you would use on this particular client?
For clients that have very, very short hair, I suggest that you try the foam wax because it's not invasive and you can do a thin application like your strip wax, but it will help to latch onto that hair without actually attaching to the skin, and it won't give them that pull of the skin, so it won't be as sore. Because if clients are shaved, their hair growth is quite strong and they just need that little bit of tender loving care. So I suggest use the foam wax, smooth application, get it off and give them some calming.
Okay, fab. Lynn from That Hair Though Salon, hi, thank you for joining. She would like for you to recap what the black wax was used for, and is it available now in the market?
Yes, sure. I actually have the actual packet here. It's a gold black wax. It's got charcoal extract in it. It's very calming and soothing to the skin. It's a foam wax, so it's your wax that's applied, looks like your traditional hot wax, but it's applied like a strip wax, so the thin one that I did. And yes, it is available in the market. And if you have a look as well, I just want to find flatten it a bit. Our containers actually tell you what's on the wax. It will show you that it's foam wax. And this is also the new bio wax, which is your natural wax, plant extract, so not harmful. It's environmentally friendly to the skin. It doesn't hurt. If you ask the client that we did today, it does not hurt. Her hair is quite coarse and it does not hurt at all. So recap: gold black, charcoal, foam wax, and gentle on the skin.
Well, thank you. And is it a new product to the Depileve line?
Yes, the Depileve, what we're doing is that we are redoing all the waxes and we are going on the bio waxes. So all our new formulas are bio wax formulas, natural. Like I said, it's natural, calming. It's actually very soothing to the skin, and it's environmentally friendly, which is what we all want to go in that direction at the moment. And then also we have our Folly Serum and our Folly Scrub. That is also a retail item that the client can use. Your Folly Serum helps with your ingrowns, anti-aging, because it's got the serum has got an anti-aging agent, and the Folly Scrub has got your coconut sugar in it, which helps with the exfoliation and gentle on the skin. So it's no scraping on the skin and it's not harsh.
Okay, brilliant. Can you use film wax for underarms and the bikini area?
Definitely, you can use it. It's actually amazing for underarms and for the bikini area. We actually have a wax called Intimate Wax. It's a foam wax and it's amazing for underarms and bikini. Again, you are going to moisturize that underarm and bikini area because you don't want the wax to stick to the skin. The secret is no wax to stick to the skin. The minute the wax sticks to the skin, that's when it's painful. If you use any of the foam waxes, especially the Intimate, on the bikini and underarm, you're going to use your pre-base oil, and then you're going to use your pre-base oil, and then you're going to apply your wax very thin, and it will pull the hair out without attaching to the skin. It's less painful. The clients love it. I've got a can here of the Intimate Wax. So it's a lovely wax, gentle, and perfect for underarms and bikini.
Brill. And can you use it for the face?
Yes, we actually, the two waxes that I said that we can discuss on another occasion is the Cerazine and the Depileve Bright waxes. They come in a film wax. It's purely for the face, for film waxing, for the lips, the eyebrows. You can do the full face with it. It's got a makeup remover, pre, post, everything. It's a full cosmetic range, a waxing range. It actually, we've called the anti-aging one DNA mask wax, not just wax, because of its anti-aging properties. And you will use your precision spatulas. So if you have a look, it's got a pointed side. The pointed side will help you with your eyebrows to make a smooth line, because we don't want jagged eyebrows. And you also have your round tip that you can use on the upper lip, and you can use this even for nose, for men, for the ears, everything. So that is a full discussion for another time, because it's actually quite a vast range.
Okay, Brill. How to clean the rollers?
Sorry, say that again.
How do you clean the rollers?
Okay, rollers. So because of the situation we are in at the moment, one roller, one client. It's exactly the same as no double dipping. We cannot use this roller on this client and then go to the next client and use the same roller. What has happened is you've actually touched the client's skin. You might contaminate it with any of their bodily fluids, because there might be a bit of bleeding. Sometimes it happens with waxing, and the roller goes in, turns around, and it actually deposits it into the wax cartridge at the bottom here. So it rolls and goes into the cartridge. Again, one roller, one client. Exactly the same as one spatula, one dip, no double dipping.
How many minutes typically would it take for you to do a full leg wax on a client? Like, how many minutes on average should it take?
It depends on the wax that you use. So your roller wax is very fast. That's your fast waxing. You can also do a full leg waxing with the film wax. That is also going to be fast. It's not like dragging along like you used to do when you do the traditional wax, because you can apply all your patches everywhere. If you're practicing waxing therapist, do this every day of your life. I would say you would be able to do a full leg front and back within 15-20 minutes. But you need to work fast. You need to go.
Okay, fabulous. If a client wants a body scrub and a wax at the same time, is it possible? And which would come first?
Okay, you should not do a scrub, a hammam, Moroccan at the same day that you are having your waxing treatment at all. Your skin is going to be sensitive to the wax. You should do your your scrubbing the day before. So a scrub or have hammam or your Moroccan bath on Monday. I have my wax on Tuesday. Do not do it on the same day. You will have a reaction. You will become sensitized, and it will definitely, it's a contraindication. Do not do it at all.
Okay. The cream that you used after the wax, what cream was that? Like, what ingredients did it contain, and what is the benefits of using this cream?
So I use two different options. I use my soothing cream that's got your chamomile and aloe vera extract. This is the one that's got the slight tint to it, camouflaging. You could use this on maybe on the lip or the underarms, the bikini, legs. You can actually use this on anybody. And aloe vera, chamomile, very soothing, calming to the skin. And then I've got the rice extract. Rice extract is the Vital Derm pH cream here. You can see it. I don't know if you can see it. This one is also calming and soothing to the skin. This cream you can use as a mask. So if the client has a very reactive, like you can see that they're very sensitive, they've reacted very badly, then put it on the underarms or even the bikini, and you can apply it thick, leave it for a few minutes like a cream mask, and you can either rub it in or just dab it off with a lovely tissue and that, and leave it. Calming, soothing. So you've got rice extract, we have chamomile and aloe vera.
Great. Which leads on nicely to the next question. Which wax would you suggest for those with sensitive skin that might come out with a sensitive rash after doing the treatment?
Well, I'm a lover of foam wax. So if it was my choice, my first option would go foam wax. If it's for intimate areas, I would go for our intimate foam wax. It's not harsh on the skin. You can use it on the fairest of skin. Obviously, we will not use any of waxing on people that have psoriasis, eczema, or any of those conditions because it's a contraindication. It will actually destroy the skin. So what you would do is foam wax. I'm a baby for it. I love them all, and because of the oil application beforehand, it's not as harsh on the skin, and it gets that hair out without breaking the hair because the hair is moisturized. The minute the hair is dry, it breaks. It's like your hair on your head. Dry hair breaks. Moisturized hair has that lovely elasticity and pulls. I hope I answered that question.
Yeah, absolutely. If the client has rashes and she wants waxing, what do I do to keep it safe? What techniques can you? If a client is prone to rashes and she wants waxing, what can I do as a therapist to make sure it's safe?
Again, I would go for a very gentle wax. I'll go for our foam wax, and so with the foam wax, make sure that you moisturize the skin, and then obviously afterwards, your aftercare is going to be important because this is the journey that you have with your client. I would suggest that you do a folly sand on her if she's prone to the ingrowns, because of the salicylic acid, because normally rashing and ingrown hairs go together because the skin is reacting. I would use the folly sand. We have intimate folly sand, which is gentle, and keep her moisturized, and make sure the client moisturizes at home as well. Home care is just as important as the journey within your salon or spa.
What's the downtime that clients need after a wax to avoid being in the sun?
What we suggest is that you give them the 24 hours. So because contraindications for your waxing is your sauna, your steam, your gym, tight clothing, everything that squeezes, pulls on the skin, sun, the salt water from the ocean, no swimming, the chlorine, everything it's chemicals that will react to your skin. So if you have a wax today in the morning, you can go to the sun tomorrow. Suggested, unless you are very sensitive, I suggest you leave it a little bit longer so that you can calm that skin and get that skin super easy and without any reactions.
And how would you advise a client to best prepare their skin in advance of coming for a waxing treatment?
So what I would suggest for the client is that if they're having a wax today, yesterday they must exfoliate well. They must have a good scrub. They must exfoliate they can actually exfoliate their whole body. It's not just the waxing area, because it's really good for the skin to exfoliate. Get all that dead skin cells off, get the pores open, moisturize. It's very important. You do not want dry skin. Dry skin pulls off when you wax. Moisturize the skin, exfoliate, moisturize, waxing appointment the next day.
Can you perform waxing treatments on clients that have varicose veins?
No, varicose veins is a contraindication. So the reasoning behind this is because you don't want to push and pull on that varicose vein. You can't do it on varicose veins at all. If the client has varicose veins on the back of the legs, obviously you can wax the front of the legs, no problem. Avoid varicose veins, avoid any eczema, psoriasis. Maybe a client, if it's a male, they have maybe back acne, they want to wax. Don't do it, because you will spread it. You will break the skin will not be happy with you. And do not do it on any varicose veins or any contraindications.
Well, so for Hollywood and Brazilian waxing, is film wax the best?
Yes, well, like I said, I'm a film wax baby. I love film waxing. So you can use your other strip waxes. People are doing it. It's a common thing to do within the industry, and they apply powder because they don't want the wax to stick to the skin, so it's less painful. What we do, like I showed on the leg, we prep the skin with the oil, make sure it's moisturized, do the full Brazilian, do the underarm, perfect with film waxing. You can use your intimate Foley sand to help with any rashes or irritation. Calm the skin, and use any of your post relaxing and your creams to calm that skin. Amazing.
Right, okay, and last question, unless we get more, how long, so for a leg wax, how long is it? Is it every 2 weeks? Is it every 3 weeks that you encourage a client to come back?
Okay, so here's a bit of a difficult one, because it depends on your hair growth. So we normally say 3-week rule. Your hair needs to be like a centimeter, maybe a little bit less. You could come, it depends on the wax you use as well. But I would suggest 3-week rule. You know, the hairs comes through and you can grab the hair. The other thing is, if you haven't waxed before and you're starting to wax, remember you have different stages of hair growth. So try and get it to manage 3 weeks, go for your wax so you can get into that routine, and you will be smooth until your next wax.
Okay, and sorry, one more question has come through. Ingrown hairs, how would you wax these? Would you pluck the ingrown hairs out first, or would you avoid the area?
Okay, so if the ingrown hair is inflamed, we're not going to fiddle with it. We shouldn't. And also, we do not pluck and tweeze. It's our philosophy that we don't do that. We try and get all the hairs out with your waxing. Normally, when you do your waxing, if you go over an ingrown hair and you pull the wax off, if it's foam, traditional, roller, or can strip, it actually removes the hair and opens it up, and the hair will come out. It often does happen, so the ingrown hairs do come out with waxing. No digging, no tweezers. Please don't dig, don't tweeze. Let the client exfoliate and let that hair come out, and use your Foley sand. Your Foley sand with your salicylic acid will help remove the ingrown hairs.
Amazing. That's all that we've got. So thank you so much for your time and for that really thorough explanation and demonstration. I certainly learned a lot, and I'm sure our attendees have as well. This session has been recorded and will be on our YouTube in the next day or two. So for those of you who want to rewatch or share it with your friends or colleagues, then feel free to do so. And this leaves me to say thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Izan, for your time, and for Depileve for sponsoring. Thank you to our model. And take care, everyone. See you all very soon, hopefully. And thank you for joining.
Thank you very much, and I really appreciated being here and having your time, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Hopefully see you soon. Bye, everybody.